I hope this doesn't fall. So I've started reading. I'm like 2 chapters in. Not very far at all. I don't know if I like the way it's written or hate it. It's an interview style, which I knew going in, but I don't know. Oh, okay, wait, I'm looking through it. It doesn't look like it's completely like that. Oh, no, it does. Yeah, I don't know if I love that. I think I thought it was going to be like parts of the interview and then it was going to skip to scenes, I guess, like rehashing the actual story, not just them like talking it out. I don't know though. I'm only 2 chapters in, so I can't really say a lot as of right now. But yeah. I love Karen. Karen is my favorite character. I hope she keeps being my favorite because she is just, I like her. Her vibe is just impeccable. I'm gonna keep reading, but that's all I have to say. Alrighty guys, I am at page 100. I don't know what chapter I'm on because it doesn't say it, but it says the Numbers Tour. So we just finished where Daisy just met the Six and they they recorded Honeycomb, and Billy threw a little temper tantrum and Daisy was like, I don't really care, like I'm making your song better. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. And I'm just interested to see where it's gonna go because Billy definitely has an ego and needs a check. And I just feel like Daisy's gonna be the one to like put him in his place. But I'm also excited because Daisy was talking about how talented she thinks Karen is and how like they're underusing her. So I'm hoping that my girl will get some more parts and flourish more. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep reading and then I will update you guys later. Shit is gonna start hitting the fan. I just know it. I'm about 30 pages more in, and Eddie, the guitar player, I think his name's Eddie. It's not Pete. Let me double check before I say that. Eddie just smashed his guitar because Billy came on and like took his guitar. But it's funny, and they say it in the beginning of the book that how like different people will explain the story differently. So like you hear from Eddie's side and you're like, I get where he's coming from, and then like you read like what Billy thinks happens and he's just kind of like lost. But like I definitely think Billy was being sort of a dick. I said it even in my last clip. I just think he kind of has this like inflamed idea of self-importance. But yeah, so they just finished up, and Hank, Daisy's manager, she fired him, which good, because take out the trash. We need to get rid of it. And Karen and Graham just slept together. And I'm like, but I love the way Graham talks about Karen. And I was trying to figure it out. Like, I can't remember like when they said this like interview. It doesn't even say like it just says this book is an attempt to piece together a clear portrait of how the renowned 1970s rock band Daisy Jones and the Six rose to fame, as well as what led to their abrupt and infamous split while on tour in Chicago, July 12, 1979. And it's just like an interview over the last 8 years, but I'd love to know what year it is like now. You know what I mean? So like when she's writing it, if that makes sense. But I guess it's over 8 years. So is it 8 years from 1979? Or is it supposed to be like in the 2000s? Like, you know, I may answer my own question here in a hot minute because I'm going to try and figure it out and maybe Google. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a little break and eat some lunch, and then I'll probably read some more this afternoon. This is really embarrassing, but I've just gotten to page 243, and I don't think we've had anything from Pete's point of view. So everyone's just like talking about him, but I know he had that like serious girlfriend that he kept going home for. So is he dead, or did he like refuse the interview? I kind of hope they answer, but it took me a little bit to notice. So nice. Okay, it's actually a couple days later. I'm literally editing the video right now, but my last clip made genuinely no sense, so I am here to sum up my thoughts on the book. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I gave it 2.5 rating, which honestly I'm more so even leaning towards like a 2, but like 2.5 because it wasn't like, I wasn't like, it was awful, but I would say it was like fine. Like it wasn't great, I wouldn't say it was like good for me personally, but like it wasn't like, oh God, ew, this book. I think it was like a combination of, I didn't love the interview style, which I had said from the beginning I didn't know if I was gonna like, and I definitely don't think I did enjoy it, which is kind of funny because I really love, like, I've loved her other books and like the dialogue in them has been fine, so I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because like the whole thing is people talking, I'm not sure. But I also felt like there wasn't any like thing new or groundbreaking that you didn't already know from the back of the book within like the first 200 pages. And I felt like because maybe it was interview style, it just sort of like dragged out. I was kind of just like waiting for, I don't know what I was waiting for, but I was just waiting for something, which is also my bad. I don't think I like knew what this book was going to be about going into it. So yeah. I definitely feel like though, if you like reading about, like if you like fiction that's more like realistic to human life, like how messy humans are and their relationships are and all of that, I would recommend this book. I don't love that. I like fiction because I want to escape the real world, not see real messy people. Obviously, like there are messy characters and that's different, but see it necessarily on paper, which is just my own thing. So if you loved this book, I'm so happy for you. I'm definitely going to keep reading more of her books, but this just wasn't the one for me. So that's okay. I am interested though in seeing how the show was and how it was like portrayed in that aspect. Because I also, which again, maybe I just missed the marker, and I think maybe like in a later date, I may try to reread this book because I felt like the weird like love interest thing that occurred between like Daisy and Billy, like I was like, I don't know. I can't even get into it because I just get confused. I felt like I didn't feel like there was a connection. Like they were just writing songs together. And I get that's like an intimate thing, but I don't know. I didn't feel like it was like they were like, oh, we're deeply bonding. Like, and I get it. They both had similar issues and he's like the past and she's the future, like all that stuff. I think I'm gathering that, but I didn't see it. So I think that was my other like, oh. And the relationship with Billy and Camilla was interesting. And again, I read fiction to escape the real world. So yeah. The positives were that I liked that the interviewer ended up being Julia. I didn't think it was like that, like shocking or crazy that she was the one doing the interview. But I was also sad to see Camilla died. I honestly, my prediction, I thought everyone was going to be dead. Like, I thought the end of the book, they were going to be like, and because of everything they did, the partying and the drugs caught up with them, and that was going to be how it ended. So I thought the ending was interesting and like left it open. But again, yeah. I think my favorite part of the whole book was Karen and her character. I felt like she was just like a very strong like individual, and I like those types of characters. I think that's why I read a lot of like fantasies with strong female main characters. But I really loved Karen and like her side story and all of that. But yes, so those are my thoughts on the book. Hopefully that makes more sense. And I would love to hear your guys' thoughts, or if you agree with what I have to say. If you don't, totally get it too. I know a lot of people love this book and it just wasn't for me. But I will see you guys in the next video.